What does the right to education entail? Welcome to the Civics Academy Constitutional Rights series. These videos explore some of our constitutional rights and the institutions designed to support and enforce them. In order to assert our rights, we need to know their meaning and what they include. To use our democratic institutions appropriately, we need to understand their mandate and how they function. In this video, we explain the right to basic education and to further education as enshrined in Section 29 of the Constitution. What does the right to education include? Section 29 guarantees everyone the right to education, which has two parts. Firstly, everyone has the right to basic education regardless of their financial means. This refers to schooling up to matric. Secondly, everyone has the right to further education at a college, university, or technical institute, which the state has to realize progressively. Education must be provided without discrimination based on race, gender, religion, language, sexual orientation, or other protected identities. Educational institutions may not discriminate in admitting students or in drafting and applying government rules. The right to basic education. Basic education is an absolute right. This means that no one may be refused this right regardless of their financial status or previous academic performance. Some government schools are designed as no-fees schools. Even at government schools that charge fees, only those learners who can afford to pay have to do so. The school cannot deny a learner's report card or punish learners if they cannot afford the fees. Private schools can charge fees and learners have no right to attend without paying. The right to basic education includes a duty to ensure that all government schools are run properly, that learners have textbooks for every subject, and that proper classrooms, desks, and safe toilets are available. Together with the principal and the school governing body, the government must also ensure that teachers are in class and teach what is required. Teachers may not hit learners. Parents of learners elect a school governing body which must ensure that the principal does her work and that resources are spent properly. If learners fail to adhere to school rules, they can be disciplined and even expelled, as long as the rules are legitimate. This is an exception to the rule that no one may be refused access to basic education. The right to further education. The right to further education at a college, university, or technical institute is also guaranteed. Unlike basic education, which is immediately guaranteed for everyone, the right to further education is qualified. The Constitution requires the state to take reasonable steps to make further education available to more and more people over time. This could require building new institutions or increasing funds to existing institutions so they can accept more students. Colleges and universities select students based on their marks and other criteria. For some degrees, such as medicine, there are only a few places and only the best applicants are selected. Further education was not free until 2017, following the #FeesMustFall movement. The South African government introduced free tertiary education for students from poor and working-class families in 2018. Implementation of this policy is phased in over 5 years. Students from poor and working-class families can apply for fully funded bursaries from the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, NFSAS. Students who do not qualify for bursaries can also apply to the NFSAS for loans. Education and language. Section 29(2) grants everyone the right to receive an education in the official language of their choice in state schools and universities. This applies only if it is reasonable and practical to do so. Summary. Education is important because it empowers people to be successful. The state has an absolute duty to provide basic education without discrimination. The state has a qualified duty to provide further education to those who qualify. Although everyone has a right to education in the language of their choice, the state only has to provide this when it is practical to do so.